Hello, friends, and welcome to another exciting episode of Today with Tally. The mission and goal of this podcast is to bring an engaging conversation that will add value to the lives of everyday people. We will inspire, encourage, educate, and tell the stories of America's finest men and women in an effort to motivate you to live your life to its fullest potential. Be sure to follow us on social media and search Today with Tally. Be sure to subscribe, follow, and share the program as well. Ladies and gentlemen, your host of the evening, Mr. Brian Tally.
Welcome back to Today with Tally podcast, where we add real life value to the lives of everyday people. Folks, it has never been easier to listen to this podcast. We are on Spotify, we're on YouTube, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, Facebook. Simply search Today with Tally. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe to get every episode and stay up to date with the latest and greatest our guests in this show has to offer. Folks, are you a business owner? If so, let's advertise your business right here on this podcast. Whether you got gear, you got merchandise, business services, products, perhaps an event that you want to get out to the general public, let's do it right here. Send me an email, thetallybill@gmail.com. That's thetallybill@gmail.com. Let me help you reach your goals. We've got great social media presence. We've got great engagement. And together we could sit down and develop a strategy to take your business to the next level. Folks, let's get you right here on this podcast, and let's get you sponsoring this podcast. And again, take your business to the next level. Now, folks, be like the MRCA, be like the Military Rodeo Cowboy Association. They are today's show sponsor. And also check them out online at mrcarodeo.org to get a complete rodeo schedule and help this great cause by donating today. Now, your support and contributions will enable the Military Rodeo Cowboy Association meet their goals and increase opportunities for their members to compete in military rodeos across the nation. These members are all active duty military members and veterans. The Military Rodeo Cowboys Association is a registered 501c3 charitable organization, and contributions may be tax deductible. Donate today and let's support these cowboys and cowgirls by going to PayPal and search Military Rodeo Cowboy Association. The MRCA appreciates your support and efforts. Check them out online today and get a complete rodeo schedule, like I had said. mrcarodeo.org. That's mrcarodeo.org. And it's rodeo season, folks. It's time to grab your Stetson and get out there and support these cowboys and cowgirls who are riding for the brand. Cowboy up. Guys, our next guest is a great friend of mine, and as you could tell by my shirt, Shannon Book. This guy is a devil doc, a U.S. Navy veteran, former Fleet Marine Force devil doc, and he's also a singer-songwriter that's based out of here in Texas. His lyrics, he's a lyrical magician, lyrical magic. This guy just spits it out. His music talks directly to me, for a fact. He's one of my favorite singer-songwriters, as well as one of my favorite friends. I mean, this guy, and once you get to see him, I mean, this guy's just bald is beautiful. All right. We're not going to talk a whole lot about him today. We're going to be talking about his new music video that's coming out on April 6th. But I definitely recommend you go back to YouTube or Spotify or wherever you get this podcast and go to episode 54. Episode 54, Shannon Book. And you're going to get to know a little bit more about who he is, where he came from, his story, and what he's doing today in present time. But like I said, we are going to talk to Shannon Book about his music video and what he's been up to since we had him on episode 54. And with that, we are honored to be joined by Mr. Shannon Book himself. How are you, sir?
Man, I don't know if I can live up to that freaking intro at all. Like you build me up like this. I'm grateful. I'm great.
Can you take off your hat for me real fast? See, bald is beautiful, guys. See, and I, if you guys watched yesterday, you'll see that I was looking like a hippie. I needed my haircut. And I got my haircut today because I was trying to be a little bit like you, like
really good.
I got some skin.
You look handsome. You look really handsome. You got that salt and pepper thing. It's like you wear that really well. my ginger salt and pepper is not. It's kind of
ginger.
That's what I call it. I call it.
You're my favorite ginger, man. I got to come clean with that.
Listen, I'm a fan. I'm a fan of you. Listen. I can't seriously. All joking aside, I will say this. It's always a pleasure to come onto your show because I can guarantee that it's gonna be done well, it's gonna be professional, and you literally want to get into the meat and potatoes of the conversation. And I'm super and you have to wrangle me anyway, because I'm just like squirrel. Mm-hmm.
If you've ever eaten sushi with this guy killer whale. I mean, and the stuff he orders is still flopping on the plate.
I mean he's not wrong. He's not wrong. However, don't be making me out to be like this. I mean, you can put down some sushi, pal. Mm-hmm. You and I both. That was a lot of sushi.
We eat like killer whale.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That was good stuff. So,
absolutely.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm hanging in there, man.
Yeah.
I'm hanging in there. Just been busy with the podcasts and getting awesome guests lined up like yourself.
Right on.
The kids, the family, doctors.
You do all that very well.
Lunchings, returning emails, returning veterans messages on my phone and on private messages, and just hustle bustle, man.
Doing the
deal. Always going.
Well, you do it all really well. I promise you. You encourage me as much as you say I encourage you. I assure you.
You are an inspiration indeed. And folks, if you have not checked out his music, go onto Spotify or wherever you get your music right now. Just type in Shannon Book Music and he will come up, and he's got some awesome songs out there. Again, he's one of my favorites. I listen to him a lot. I listen to Scotty Hastings a lot. I listen to Chandler Roberts.
All great guys.
To Blackbird Anthem. These are some of my favorite singer-songwriters out there. And definitely when I go on my walks, one of those four guys will always be playing, in my ear. And again, they help through the walks. And again, if you just close your eyes, perhaps, and just you can get lost in the lyrics that Shannon Book puts down, because he's talking directly, from his experiences. And, and when he sits down, he writes these songs, they just come to him because when you lived it, it's pretty easy to write about it. There's a lot of guys in Nashville will sit down and they'll just get a song handed to them that's been written by somebody else, but that's not the case here in Shannon's life. So I want to, like I said, people can go to episode 54 and they can learn more about you, but I want to dive right into the meats and potatoes, like you said, and I want to know what's going on with your new music video. As a matter of fact, I believe it's the only music video that you've put out.
As an independent artist, yes. Yeah. I mean, when I was with Vetted, we did a music video that was put together by Vince Rockwell. Great, good guy, great friend, amazing videographer. But this is my first independent music video, and it's there by the grace of God go I, period. Thank you, Lord, for that. And an organization called Operation Encore helped fund it, or basically funded it. And Chris Martini, who's, Chris Martini's been in the music industry the videography industry and production. I don't even know if I'm saying all those words right, because there's so many things. I got in trouble by Chris. He's like, you can't say that you created the storyboard. I'm like, that's the only thing I know it as. Like, storyboard. Like, no, it's not a storyboard. That's what a director builds. I'm like, oh, okay. Like, so, but Chris, phenomenal, like foresight and direction, and he's just a good dude, man. He really is a good dude. And to watch him take what I saw this video as, like my concept, and him to create it and put it on film with, and mind you, this whole video was done with veterans and Gold Star family members. The whole thing. And it just, people came from everywhere to create this video. And once it was done, we were all exhausted after 3 days, and it was over. And now, there was the editing, and there's all Chris and Chad and Chris Martini and Chad Campbell. Man, there are so many people I need to name that I don't know that I'll be able to get all those names out of, but this music video is literally the biggest production I've ever been a part of. And it's, remember back when, I don't know if you watched MTV when Video Killed the Radio Star, like, aired. I saw it. We might have been pirating satellite. I don't know, whatever. I'm pretty sure that's unclassified now. Like, whatever. But I was watching MTV when it aired. Video Killed the Radio Star.
Dude, I was a huge MTV guy.
Yeah, me too. Like
Downtown Julie Brown, right?
Dude, don't even get me started.
Bro.
Like that little British.
No MTV Raps. I mean, dude, that was it, man.
Before MTV was a freaking, like, what do they call it? Daytime TV drama show, but it was all music videos. It was just nothing but music videos. For those of you who don't know what MTV used to be, it was nothing but MTV. It was nothing but music TV.
Mm-hmm. Loved it. And dude, that was the best. They got to bring MTV back.
They've got to bring the real MTV back. I would love that. So, but anyway, like, I watched Video Killer Radio Star happen, and then I just watched, I would watch 120 minutes. Like all that, like metal hour, blah, blah, like all those shows. Like, I would watch all that stuff. All of the MTV, like, unplugged stuff.
Yeah, dude, that was Headbangers Ball, right?
Headbangers Ball, yeah. Headbangers Ball was the metal show.
Totally.
Right.
Yeah.
Thank you for saying that, because I couldn't remember the name of it.
Yeah, I was like, wait,
Headbangers Ball.
It's all coming back to me now, because
Headbangers Ball, you'd find Rat, you'd find freaking, like, Tesla, you'd find all those people playing hard, heavy rock and metal, like Ozzy, like Black Sabbath, like, had video, like, there was videos, and they were videos. And I would watch videos all the time. And I at some point I was like, man, one of these days I want to do that. I never thought it would really come true.
Mm-hmm.
And then when Chris showed me the video, he's like, hey, check your inbox. I hadn't even rolled out of bed yet. Like, I was still laying up under the covers, and I was like laying on my pillow. I'm all tucked in. I'm like, oh yeah. And I get this, and I'm like, geez, all right, check your phone. So I grab my phone, and I'm thinking it's my alarm, and I'm like, no, I'm gonna snooze for another 10, 15 minutes, whatever. And then I open it, and it's Chris. He's like, hey, check your inbox. And I'm like, so I open it, and I watch the video for the first time. I will never, it's like chasing an addiction. I will never get that first moment feeling back. coming to fruition. And it wasn't even about the video. The video, I didn't even react to the video until time 4. And I laid in bed and watched it 4 times and cried. Like I'm not, and the reason I didn't start crying about the video until the 4th time. The reason I was crying for the first 4 is because I'm watching a dream of mine literally come true from childhood. Now, it's taken me 50 years to get there, but oh well, you know. And I'm watching this dream come to reality, and then I start realizing the video and the texture of the video and all of the essences of the video, and I'm just thinking to myself, wow. And then I watch it 4 more times and I cry 4 more times. And this is all before I ever get out of the bed. I laid in the bed and I watched, so this video is like 4 minutes and 29 seconds. So you put all that together 8 times. I didn't get out of bed for like 20 minutes just watching the video. I was blown away each time. And then I got up and I'm like, oh, fuck, I got to share this with somebody. You know? And I, you know, Chris is like, don't share it with too many people. But, you know, and I get it. Like it's, you know, we got to create the buzz, and we have to create the suspense. And there's all this, you know, this, I don't know, whatever all that is. But we started to create this buzz. Now, what some people have seen it, but there are elements of the video that haven't been shared with anybody, and there are bookend interviews on both sides of that video, and those bookend interviews are of Gold Star family members and members of a fallen soldier Marine.
You know, I've got to say, it is extremely powerful, and I'm one of those guys that's had the honor and the opportunity to put my eyes on this. You know, and of course, I needed to see it to effectively talk about it and to effectively help promote it for you, because it's something that it very deserving.
Thank you.
Being recognized again. Dear Mom, okay, guys, is this MTV style
May 6th.
You know, video, music video that Shannon Book and his team, led by Christopher Martini, had put together here in Texas on a real live shoot. I mean, these guys were in the middle of a country road. They got motorcycles lined up. They've got
Hello, Texas.
I mean, you know, between the Gold Star moms and the, you know, the people visiting the grave sites, and, you know, the cemetery, and the tears and the struggle and the passion and life and perspective, and all these magical things that come in together that create this music video through the lyrics of you. And it's just amazing. And people are like, oh, cool. Well, you know, it's about veterans or whatever. No, it ain't. You want to know why? A lot of it is. Yeah, sure. I mean, if that's how you're going to listen to the song.
Sure.
But one thing that I realized after listening to it and really digesting the lyrics, Dear Mom's for everyone. All you got to do is just change the word mom, right? And then kind of just fill in the blank with whomever this song would apply to. And you will find it speaking directly to you. Is it emotional? Of course it is. Does it pull at your heartstrings? Of course it does. Will it give you goosebumps? I've got them right now, as a matter of fact. And if you could see those goosebumps lighting up my arm right now, it gives you goosebumps, because life is fragile. And once you begin to live life with a different set of lenses, and you have that gratitude, and you want to share it with people, and you're excited, and you know that you're doing what you were intended to do, it's a beautiful thing. It is a beautiful thing. And that's exactly what you've done, Shannon. And again, I'm very proud of you and your accomplishments from where you started to where you are now. It is beautiful. I mean, we all have our peaks, our valleys, our trials, our triumphs, and everything like that. And you've overcome so much in your life. How on April 6th, when
May
this
6th,
video,
May 6th, May 6th.
man, I am just
Okay.
all over the place. Because it's already,
Yeah, we're already halfway into April.
it's 420. Give me a break. Right? Look,
Go smoke you one, pal. Go smoke
it is
you one.
420, dude.
Bam, done.
All right, just leave me alone. All right, so
no judgment here. No judgment.
May 6th. And you know what I actually said? Hey, look, I'll give it to you guys straight. Right? I told him, I said, why don't you just drop it May 5th and go streak butt naked,
Straight to the quad
with the sombrero on.
Hell yeah.
Because you'll have a lot of people probably tuning in then, right?
Listen, negative press is good press.
Hey man, they'll be like, oh, he's a Fleet Marine Force Devil Doc. Oh yeah. And they won't even, and they'll just turn a blind eye. Oh yeah.
Won't be the first time. Listen, I may or may not have ripped off my Navy blues at a Marine Corps ball, ran streaking through the Pachanga, what is that? The Pachanga Casino.
Pachanga.
Yeah, Pachanga Casino.
Yeah.
I may or may not have ran through the casino naked out of a Marine Corps ball.
Yeah, good old Temecula, California.
True story.
You know what? I can see you with a bow tie.
Oh,
just a bow tie and a sombrero, dude, out there. So, man, I tell you what, man, everybody be tuning in. Yeah. But people are going to be tuning in anyways, because Dear Mom is one of those music videos. It's one of those songs that you can be like, wow, incredible. And folks, you can go ahead and listen to the song today. Yeah. Dear Mom is everywhere. Dear Mom's on Spotify. I mean, it is anywhere you get your music. When you type in Shannon Book music, type in Dear Mom, it'll pop up. Listen to it.
If you still use Napster, it's on Napster.
And the cool thing about it is you can listen to the song and get acquainted with it and get acquainted with the lyrics. Right. And then on May 6th, you could really put it to the test to see how well they did in this music video. And I think you're going to be very thoroughly impressed with what you see. Now, again, I'm going to get back to where I was before I screwed up that whole entire April thing, because it's May 6th is when this is dropping, guys. Yeah. And you may be a little hungover from Cinco de Mayo, but that's great. You'll have that opportunity to spend that extra 20 minutes in bed like Shannon did when he first saw it. Right. And you may watch it 2, 3, 4 times and then reminisce back on some of the good old days or through some of the life and experiences that you've had and struggled with, and then listen to this song and it's going to speak directly to you. And I know I say that a lot, but it's true. Yeah. And that's a very important aspect of this. It's not just a regular song. Just another song. This is life, and when this drops on May 6th, are you going to have like a release party? Are you guys going to meet up somewhere? Or is this just going to kind of be like, hey, I'm going to drop it on my social media page and just.
Well, the goal, the idea is to have a release party, but it's kind of all that stuff has kind of gotten, I don't know if we're going to, I still don't know if we're going to have a release party or not. Like, I'd love to have a release party. Either way, it's going to go live at midnight May 6th, so May 5th 11:59.
Oh, so what's going to be one of those things?
Yeah.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna release.
I figured it'd just be dropped at like 9:30, 10 o'clock in the morning, whatever. So you're doing it like right when that clock strikes 12.
Yep, I'm gonna release it as soon as midnight happens. As soon as midnight happens, May 6th, and then I want to see what the reaction is. I want to see how many people actually go tune into it, because and humor me when I say this. This is gonna sound horrible. People talk about supporting artists and all this other stuff. Like, I'm put it to the test. I'm going to put it to the test. If you support artists, if you support local artists, midnight and anywhere between that, the 24-hour period, that's the most crucial period of any release of anything, because after that, it just kind of fades into disappears. But that's when it's important. So I would like to see, I want to see people share it. I want to see people watch it. I want to see people react to it, respond to it, talk about it. Like, that's what I want to see happen. And those are my goals. I'm not gonna be mad if it doesn't happen, but I would really love the crowd interaction. I would really love to see people's responses. I really like, good or bad.
Well, I know there won't be any negative feedback on this, because I mean, there's not an ounce of negativity in this. It was very, very
well.
So
that being said, I'll say this, and I said this yesterday. Somebody did something on a post. So Chris posted a video, like teaser, not a video teaser, but like a teaser on his Instagram or Facebook or something. And somebody was like, it's always about the mom. What about the siblings? And I was like, listen, sweetheart. And it's awesome that you said that earlier, because the song it was originally written about Gold Star moms. It was written for Gold Star mothers.
Mm-hmm.
Over the years, it has become so much more.
Mm-hmm.
And to be honest with you, when I first sang it on the stage at Fort Bragg in, North Carolina, I had like 13 to 15 family members, Gold Star family members behind me, mothers, daughters, fathers, brothers, uncles, aunts behind me, or to the side of me, basically. And I almost didn't get through the second verse because I heard them crying, and I'm starting to cry through the second verse. And I'm thinking to myself, I got to finish this song. So even from that moment, the song wasn't necessarily just about mom. The song is for anybody who's ever lost anyone.
Mm-hmm.
And the song is about closure. Listen, people come up to me and is like, hey man, I just want you to know that song really hit me. He really hit home, and I'm grateful for that song. I just lost my mom yesterday. In my head, I'm thinking to myself, that's not really what it's about, but I'm glad it did something for you. I'm glad it helped you. Because technically, if you lost your mom's writing that letter to you too. That's how I view that song. But that's me. And I wrote it, but who am I?
The closure piece is amazing, because you don't begin to heal until you have that closure piece. Right. And that's when the real magic begins to happen. When you have closure, that's the most important thing in any traumatic type situation or bad memories. But you're watching your dream play out in front of you, and like you had said, it's morphed into something so much more than just Dear Mom, than just a song. It's grown, and it kind of created this life of its own, if you will.
Right.
And it's really going to bring that song out more to the surface. I think once people can start to connect the dots, once they see visually the music video, because it does bring out so much more to this song than a lot of people would probably think it does.
Yes, it does.
I want to know, what is your goal? What do you want to see happen with the release of this video? And these aren't cheap to put together. I mean, this full-on production by one of the nation's best, Christopher Martini. He is definitely one of the best to do this in the country. I mean, this guy's been He's been in the business his whole life.
Yes.
And
born and raised in it. Born and raised in it.
Oh yeah. I mean, literally, as a kid, all the way up to where he is now. He's based out of New York City. This guy's a big dog. He rolls with the big dogs, but he's a huge champion in the veteran, military, and first responder community. He tells the stories of the brave.
He's a true patriot. He's a true patriot.
And like I said, look, he never served in the military. It don't matter. That guy's serving his community. He's serving the veteran and military and the first responder community every single day. And that's where he was called to serve. So he's really serving. Yes. He's just serving in a different capacity than serving overseas and putting rounds down range. This guy's putting, his mind, his body, his soul.
He's putting his media around.
Yeah, his creativity in everything. Yeah. You put that camera or that videography type equipment in his hands, and that's his rifle. You know what I mean? And that's how he is telling the stories of folks like you, right? Like Scotty Hastings likes to say, the stories that they tell. Again, that's one of my favorite songs too,
that's
man.
A great song, man. If you've never heard that song, you should go do it right now. You should go listen to it.
Dude, I'm having another goosebump moment. I'm telling you, man.
You just said that. And I had it's one of the greatest songs I've ever heard. Stories
totally
that they tell
man.
About going through hell.
Yes.
It's one of the greatest songs you'll ever hear.
Scotty's another great. Shot 10 times, and I know you are a good friend of his, man. And
I call him Slowpoke. I call him Slowpoke. I'm like, wait, you couldn't get out of the way of a PRK? Like, what's wrong with you? Man, he literally took 10 rounds from here to here. Like, it was
this guy. Yeah. And dude, the story of survival, right? And then for him to come back during COVID and say, you know what, I'm going to learn how to play the guitar.
No, right?
I mean, and his arm doesn't even barely work, and he's got so much nerve damage in his arm and his fingers. The dude learned how to play a guitar.
He's working through that too right now.
Yeah,
I know a guy that kept pushing his buttons.
Yeah, I know. And the cool thing about it is he could sing. Yeah. I mean, dude, this guy. I mean, wow, talk about And so you have been extremely blessed to be surrounded by so many awesome individuals, man. Yes. I mean, Shannon Book.
Throughout my life, I've been blessed to be exposed to so many different people, and that's let's not even talk about the music. I've been blessed to meet so many amazing Marines and sailors and airmen and soldiers and just people in my life, the people that I grew up with. Some of the people that I grew up with helped me become who I am. And that's, some of that was good and some of that was bad, but at the end of the day, it all turned out really well.
Hey man, the good, the bad, the ugly, isn't that how we grow? Isn't that how we evolve into who we are and who we will
the good, the bad, the good, the bad, the ugly, and a fistful of dollars.
And sushi. You should see what this guy orders. I was like, what is that? Dude, I love sushi.
Eel is one of my favorites.
I was like, dude, I'm not sure if I'm going to touch that, dude. And Book's like over there just.
Octopus and squid, some of my favorite.
I'm a spicy tuna guy.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a salmon guy.
I like all that stuff too, but I like stuff that they may or may not have just stopped wiggling.
Oh yeah, dude. Like the stuff that you were eating is the stuff I use for bait to catch catfish out of Lake Conroe, man. I mean, come on, dude.
True story. We're gonna go catch some of this haddock, and then I'm just gonna eat it right off the side of the boat.
You're a legend. Freaking Shannon Book, man. If you guys, if you've never had the opportunity and the pleasure to talk with this guy or sit down with him and again listen to his music, he reminds me of one of my best friends, Jeb. So when I sit down and talk to Shannon Book, it's like almost as if I'm hanging out with Jeb Billmeyer. The man out of Colorado, the kid out of Longmont, Colorado, the kid I served with in the Marine Corps, the guy that you probably would have saved 100 million times if you were stationed together, because this guy liked to parachute off the third deck in Camp Pendleton.
No.
after about a 20 pack of natties.
No way. That's
Oh,
never
no, dude,
happened.
this guy,
That's never happened.
an absolute warrior. I mean, dude, this guy had rack sheet wings, dude. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Listen, I used to that's I don't know if I ever told that story, but that I've literally had that happen. Like, Marines hear
It was
about
right,
that.
Jeb.
Yeah. Marines hear about that. Oh, I can jump off the third deck onto Apollo mattresses. They hear that story.
Oh, man.
And that's exactly what happens. I had a guy wake me up at like 2:30 in the morning. He walks to my door and he knocks on the door and his arm looks like this. Like his arm is like laid over like that.
Mm.
And he goes, Doc, I got to go see the hospital. He's like, I fell down the ladder well.
Of course.
And I'm like, okay. Like I'm getting my stuff on. I'm like, all right, like let's get you to the hospital. So we're like, this is in 29 Palms. So I come out of my room and I walk around the corner, the opposite side of the freaking police sergeant's freaking office, the freaking duty, the duty watch. And these idiots are jumping off the freaking third deck onto piles of mattresses. Like, and so now I'm putting 2 and 2 together. I'm like, he's like, no, I fell down the ladder well. I'm like, sure you did. Sure you did. Sure you did.
It's kind of like, I think it was Jake Plummer when he was a Bronco. He got put on the DL or whatever, the injured reserve list because he got drunk and fell down the stairs. But the story that first broke was I tripped over my dog. So it's kind of like, it's kind of like one of those things,
Yeah. No, I tripped over
my dog. And
it's like remember that movie, The Last Boy Scout, where like Bruce Willis walks in and he goes, "What'd you do, Tommy? Fall over the rug and fall into my wife?" Like,
Lord have mercy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The stories that they tell, for sure.
Dude, there you go. Another shout out to Scotty. So, guys, you need to check out Shannon Book online. You can go to his website, shannonbookmusic.com. You can connect with him there. He's all over social media. I mean, I think this guy is on TikTok. He's on Facebook. I think he's on, Instagram. Just check out Shannon Book Music, and he will pop up there. And again, this guy's as real as they get. Send him a friend request. Start following him. And you'll always have a friend in Shannon Book. I can hear it. Book it. Book it.
Book it. We're going to start using that catchphrase. Book it.
Book it. Oh, yeah. Like
courtesy of Brian Talley.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Anytime he comes on the show or anytime we make a mandate,
it's like, book it.
Yeah. I'm like, book it.
And I'm like, oh, pun intended. Hi.
Book it, man. Say when.
You got it. I'll be your huckleberry.
Oh yeah, come on.
I'll be your huckleberry. You know that really wasn't necessarily about huckleberries, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I get it, dude. Trust me, I hear it all the time. Are you gonna say
hucklebears?
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, that's how I stir the shit pot on my big page. And oh yeah, man. I always say I'm your huckleberry, and they're like, it's hucklebearer.
Yeah, shut your mouth.
But it's funny, and it's like 50-50. And that's how you know that our country is really divided. When I can't even freaking post a tombstone, freaking I'm your huckleberry.
You can't post a meme. It's bad when you can't post a meme and everybody wants to attack you. It's a meme, man. It's a meme.
Yeah, and people lose their shit. I mean, they're like, I mean, they will get angry. It's almost like, people in Texas talking about their barbecue, like their guy's the best. Nobody else is better than their guy. Right. And if you talk about another guy, you're cheating. Right. You know what I mean? So it's like, like them are fighting words,
Listen,
and
just so you know, you and I need to go to Cooper's in Llano.
Okay. Oh, Llano, dude. As a matter of fact, there's a MRCA rodeo.
Oh, yeah.
Going down in Atlanta. I need to make some calls. There's no reason why you should be opening up for some of these rodeos.
Well, I'll say this. Most of these guys, most of these rodeos, like it's all about country.
Yeah, but dude,
I'm not necessarily country. Everybody's like, "Oh my god, you sound so good in that country song." That's not a country song, stupid. It's just an acoustic guitar.
I would just consider you like an alternative rock guy, right?
Yeah, that's where I'm at. That's pretty much where I like.
Oh, okay.
My personal music is alternative rock, maybe radio metal ish kind of stuff.
Yeah, but dude, you've got plenty of things that you can do at a rodeo, man. I mean, dude, I listen to your music all the time. I love country. Yeah. And I love alternative too and rock. I mean,
I grew up in Kentucky where the bluegrass was bluegrass.
But and you could do that. I mean, you're from the backwoods.
Right.
And you can break the banjo out every now and again.
I mean, bluegrass is the original metal, man.
Well, yeah. Yeah. Aren't you like backwoods Kentucky guy?
Oh, yeah. Literally. Yeah,
totally.
Literally in the middle of nowhere, Kentucky.
Bro, you got country flowing through you, man. You just get up there and all of a sudden you'll just be like you'll be like Charlie Daniels on the fiddle, man. You'll be
Listen here, don't let me get my Kentucky out, because I promise you it's gonna sound kind of funny to y'all.
I'm telling you, you're gonna be like Darius Rucker, right? Hootie and the Bluefish, dude. Growing up, it was Hootie and the Blowfish, and then all of a sudden one day I turn around, he's like a country star. I'm like, wait, what happened?
I used to call him Hootie and the Pop-Tarts.
Dude, it's gonna be Darius. You, man.
Sorry, Darius. I used to call your band Hootie and the Pop-Tarts.
Dude, you're going to be that guy. You are going to be the next big-time country music star, and you're going to have that alternative background there, too, so you can really open up anywhere.
You know what's ridiculous about that is I have people who are like, dude, why don't you just do country? Because you sound like you should be doing country. And I'm like, that's not really where I want to be. Because I cut my teeth in San Diego when grunge was a thing.
But yeah, and of course, dude, you can't be you and listen to country because you're just too freaking. I mean, guys, again, unless you know who Jeb is and Shannon Book, man, these guys are freaking rock stars. That's what they are. They're rock stars. Their personalities match their music. Metal, alternative, you know what I mean? Rock. Dude, I would not have wanted to been in a mosh pit with you, dude. Freaking.
That's we used San Diego mosh pits. People used to get violent, bro.
Total. Yeah. Oh yeah.
I didn't even understand what a mosh pit was until I got to San Diego. And then I ended up in Red Square in freaking Tijuana. And then I may or may not have learned what a true mosh pit was.
Tijuana, yeah. I plead the fifth on that one.
Yeah. I may or may not have dove off a stage at a Pearl Jam show before they were big.
Have you ever crowd surfed before?
Hey, oh yeah, are you kidding me?
No, have you jumped off?
Yeah, I'm a big dude. He's saying this because we're both big dudes. Like we're like 3 something, like 280 to 300 something. And so back then, what I was probably, fight weight's probably like my best weight and solid and body mass was probably 225 and BMI of probably maybe 10 to 15% body fat.
That was also back when you had hair.
Correct.
And testosterone.
Facts.
And now you don't have either.
I don't have it. I literally just got a B12 shot and a freaking testosterone shot. So you're welcome.
See, man, I know it all, man.
Yeah. So, but
shit.
that but crowd surfing back then was a thing, and it didn't matter. Like back then, like it was awesome to crowd surf. If I were to jump into a crowd right now, they'd be like, kiss my ass. I'm like, nope, not it. It'd just go. And I'd hit the ground.
Well, maybe all the people would be like, do you have your COVID shot? You can't get that.
He's not wearing a mask. Drop him.
Oh, man. I thought this was going to be... For real, dude. I'm going to tell you, somber, Dude, I was planning on like a somber, like, okay, dude, dear mom.
No, dude.
I thought
No.
we were just going to have like a very serious talk. And this has ended up
Oh
being.
man, you know me better. You know me better than that. It's not how this works. Like at the end of the day, like we'll talk about some sad shit, but like I don't necessarily want to end it there. Right. So
that's where people need to go to episode 54. Okay.
Yeah.
You will learn a lot about Shannon Book. And then you watch this and then the dots will connect and you'll be like, I got the full picture now, dude. This guy.
Right. Well, and so talking about Dear Mom, getting back to Dear Mom, let's talk about that real quick.
Yeah.
It's not supposed to be a sad song. It's supposed to be a song to let you know that, hey, there is another side and we're going to see each other again. And it's not over.
Right.
We're going to see each other in the kingdom of heaven. And it's all cool.
Right. It's uplifting. And again, it's that closure that you need. Yeah.
Right. If that's where it's supposed to be. And if you can't see that, then maybe one day I hope and pray that you do.
I didn't mean say it's sad as in sad. I'm sad as in it's emotional. It'll make
absolutely.
I teared up.
Absolutely. I'm just gonna tell you, like I still get emotional when I see the video. The video is, dude, man. So Christy Stennis and the whole Barbara Allen, Jason Duty. Jason Duty is a good friend of mine. We served together at 2nd Battalion, 1st Marines. Reyes Camacho. There's so many, Nick, man, there's so many people, I can't even name them all. There's like 39, 40 people. Jeremy Mitchell, like all these guys, dude, like Sandra and Jill, and man, there are so many people that were involved in this video that just took 4 days out of their schedule and showed up, slept in one house.
Yeah, and let me say something. Chrissy Statham is a champion. She's amazing. I actually had her on one of my podcasts too, because I thought that she needed to be recognized. She is a champion, of phenomenal champion.
She's about this big. She's about this big. Like she's, but she's, my better half is about this big, and she's bigger than I am inside. Like it's ridiculous. Like
she's a sweetheart. She's amazing. She's a nurse.
And so all of these people came together to create this video, and people like it. I'm gonna say this, and to be honest with you, I don't care if you're not a Christian. I don't care.
Oh, I am.
No, I'm not saying you. I'm saying.
I read this every morning. The 1 minute businessman's devotional. So in my Bible right here. But go ahead. Come on.
This ain't for you. This is for all those people out there in the nether regions. God put this video together. God created this video. It had nothing to do with me. This song, like I'm pretty sure he walked me by one day and he was like, "Hey, we're going to get you out of this rut you're in." And he had Rachel Jackson reach out to me and go, "Hey, I need you to write a song for Gold Star Moms." And the more I look back at it, the more I realize it. So, this is the first time I'm really talking about it. So strap up for a second.
Well, okay. Yeah, go ahead. You got the floor.
So God's like, "Hey, here, this woman's going to reach out to you. And she's going to ask you about something. She's going to ask you to write about something that's not about you." So that happened. She did that. And then he reached out and he touched me one day at a stoplight off Marine Highway, off of Highway 17 in freaking Jacksonville, North Carolina. And he said, "Here's the first verse." Whoa. Hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on. Where are you going with this? And then he put me in a show 8 months later with all these families sitting right next to me. Sobbing. Fresh loss. It's not about you. It's not about you. It's about all of you. That's what he's trying to tell me. It's not about you. And yes, you've got trauma, but guess what? You are now a tool to help each other. You're all a tool to help each other out. And that's what it is. Like, Christianity is not about a freaking cult or whatever. It's about a family. Christianity is about coming together to survive some horrible things. Christianity is about loving people through some of the worst stuff in their life.
And knowing that you're not alone.
Absolutely. I know a song. I didn't write that song either. That was all written by God. And I wrote that song.
It's one of my favorites.
That song came out of me in a hangover, bro.
It's one of my favorites.
I didn't even want to write that song. That song was like, you're writing it now. Okay, God, you got it. I got it. You know what my point is? Like all of that happened. All of this happened over the course of Dear Mom was written in 2013.
Right.
2023. Here we are. This is right about the same time. So this is right about the same time it was asked. This is like a 10-year anniversary of the writing of that song.
Wow.
I didn't realize that until just now.
Dude. Okay, let's give you a test. Okay, this is an old school MCI, Math for Marines. If you wrote the song in 2013 and you have a music video coming out in 2023, do the math. What's that again?
10 years.
Bingo. 10. Guys, 10 years. It took, okay, the rarest things sometimes, right? They take time.
Mm-hmm.
You plant the seed, right? And that seed of adversity
becomes an oak tree.
Blooming flower of beauty.
Or an oak tree.
And it takes 10 years for it sometimes to really resonate. And look at he never gave up. He stayed with it. The song has grown. And now 10 years later, he gets to actually give you the picture visually of the lyrics and what the song means and what it's done for people and what it will continue to do for people. And again, guys, that's why they say great things don't happen overnight. A lot of the best things in this life take time to develop.
Great things come for those who wait.
Yeah, and that development can sometimes change over the course of years.
Right.
The song may stay the same, the lyrics may stay the same, but the thoughts that go into producing a music video may change. It takes time to really know what you want. Again, you can't do it overnight. And again, what Shannon has done here and has put on this display, it's taken 10 years. Right. And now he gets to celebrate it. The 10-year. Okay, we need to watch party. You got 10 years. You got a 10-year anniversary.
Right.
You've got a music video coming out that's dropping literally at the 10-year mark.
Right.
You've got to figure out how to put together some sort of a
watch party.
And it's got to be in the Woodlands Spring area. I know a place.
I know a dude.
I mean, I'm just saying, bro.
What you're saying is they're throwing a party at your house.
Yeah, you're invited, man. Come on.
I love the Woodlands.
Yeah, man, we got trees and the woods, right? With the woodland.
Billy still have that house in the Woodlands? Billy Gibbons? Does Billy still have his house? Billy Gibbons still have his house in Woodlands?
I have no idea, dude.
There's check this out. So yesterday I was on a radio show. One of my favorite little radio shows is a freaking radio, Wimberley Valley Radio.
Oh yeah, I saw that yesterday.
I love being on that show. I love hanging out with Coach and the whole crew. Yesterday I got to meet Susan Gibson. Now, some of you don't know who Susan Gibson is. Susan Gibson is a singer-songwriter. Susan Gibson wrote Wide Open Spaces.
Oh, wow.
For the Dixie Chicks.
Yeah,
I don't really care. I don't care what they call themselves. I'm calling them exactly what I know them as.
Yeah, they're the Dixie Chicks. That's
right.
Yeah.
We're the Chicks. Nobody cares. Anyway.
Cleveland Indians.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody cares.
I get it.
Yeah. Lady A whatever. Kiss my ass.
Yeah, the Washington Redskins.
You can do whatever you want
Yeah.
and to make yourself sleep better at night at the end of the day, and it got nothing to do with shit. It's all words. You're just playing with words. Do something, make actions, create something.
Guys, you're such a wordsmith. Go ahead.
So at the end of the day, I got to meet Susan Gibson, and she looked at me and she goes, "You know what?" She goes, "Man." And she, like, I love that song. I had no idea who wrote it. I was just like, "Oh, the Dixie Chicks wrote that." No, not even close. Susan Gibson wrote that song. And yeah, I met that lady yesterday, and what an awesome lady. What an awesome lady. And a beautiful little dog. She's such a sweet little dog. We'll just walk. I'm playing music, and the dog's running around my feet, sniffing my shoes, and I'm like, "Cute dog, you know." But like I get to meet so many awesome people, yourself to be included. Like, who knew this is going to be a thing? I'm so grateful.
I know.
I'm so grateful for you.
We have a crush on each other.
You will never understand how grateful I am for you.
Oh, and that's totally mutual, man. You're a great guy, man. Dude, this has been awesome. You know,
before I got on here, I was talking to a buddy of mine, Ed Brannon, who's been through all kinds of stupid stuff. And, you know, I that dude, I appreciate him. And yesterday, let me tell you, man, I've got to say this, and I'm sorry because this is just, I feel like God's asking me to do this. So yesterday, I called somebody I hadn't talked to in 10 years. I'd caused a lot of ripples in our relationship, and I wasn't healthy. I don't think either one of us was, but I really wasn't healthy. And it was really more about me not being healthy and causing ripples in our relationship. And I called him yesterday, and I was like, "Hey, listen, man, I just want to let you know I'm truly sorry for hurting you. I miss talking to him, and I hope I get to talk to him again." That's personal accountability. That's something we all need to embrace. It wasn't fun making that phone call, and it wasn't easy. But by God, it was worth it in the end. It was. So, personal accountability, man. I don't know. Anyway.
That's a great way to wrap this up, man. Because, it's make those phone calls, and, you never know.
I'm not perfect. Yeah. I'm not perfect, nor will I ever be perfect. So when I make mistakes, I have to hold myself accountable because those people are important to me.
Yeah, absolutely. Man, this has been great. I got to get to wrapping this up. Man, it's been so much fun. Guys, go check out singer-songwriter Shannon Book. He's on Spotify or wherever you get your music. The reason why we're doing this podcast today is because we want to raise awareness for what's going on right here. And that is when this music video, MTV style music video, drops May 6th. There. Now, you can connect with Shannon Book on social media by searching Shannon Book Music. He's pretty much everywhere. He is like the wind. Now, I want to make myself clear about Dear Mom. It's for everybody. Simply change the word mom out and fill in the blank with whomever it may be. And this song will speak directly to you. You don't believe me? Go try it today. Spotify. Dear Mom. It's an emotional piece that will put things into perspective and may connect those dots for you to give you the closure you need to effectively move on in life. Now, with that, I am very, very thankful. And once again, I am honored to have my great friend join me today. We sincerely appreciate everything you have done and continue to do in the military and veteran community. Your service, sacrifice, and dedication to our great nation is truly admirable.
Thanks, brother.
Hoorah. You're great American.
Semper Fi.
Semper Fi, buddy. Folks, remember to stay inspired, stay encouraged, stay motivated, and always stay in the fight. Until next time, for Today with Tally, this is Brian Tally. Good night, Semper Fi, and God bless.